1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Come on. What in the world? Okay, this is a level check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, I think I got this rolling. All right. Okay, it is 7:14 if you're listening on Facebook or YouTube. Coming up here any minute, we've got the Fox 19 Now live streaming weather show. It starts at 7:15 every Monday through Friday, and according to my clock, it is now time for the Fox 19 Now streaming weather show. So take a look at our levee camera shot, and you can see we broke out into some sunshine for a while during the day. Now it's clouded back up, and once the sun sets, the showers that developed will slowly go away. As a matter of fact, did you think 2 weeks ago we'd be asking for the rain to stop? Now, we haven't had that much rain that caused any flooding or anything like that, but for the most part, for a tropical system like this, the rain came down gradually enough and long enough for it to soak in, and you'll be really surprised when you look at the balance sheet at where we stand now. Remember, about 2 weeks ago, we were more than 5 inches shy of rainfall for this time of year, and I had to turn off the overhead lights. They kind of mess up the color temperature, make that complexion look a little bit pale, paler than I really am. Okay, 70 degrees at the International Airport right now as we look at downtown Cincinnati. Here is our tower cam shot, and you can see widespread cloud cover, but I tell you what, it started out with some sunshine. The clouds built back up after they cleared out this morning. And we got some showers, and now that the sun is lower in the sky and setting, everything has lost that energy, and it's beginning to settle down. So we still have a couple of showers down in Kenton County near Piner and Bank Lick. Let's go to this full screen so you can see it a little bit better. And there you see just a few scattered showers around the tri-state. They're all dying out as they normally do once the sun gets lower in the sky. And overnight, we don't see much more in the way of rainfall, and it'll be dry for your morning commute. Now, there's another view of it, and you can see the circulation, what's left over from Helene, still bringing the rain around like this. So you can barely see that circulation, but it is there, and it's going to slowly push off to the east. So we have some more showers tomorrow, and then we begin to dry out around the tri-state. Now, what's going to show here, I was just preparing this before we came on the air here, and take a look at this. This is the last 120 hours of rainfall, okay? And the good news about this is that the driest part of the Fox 19 Now viewing area was over here. Okay, so from Warren County through Clinton, Highland was probably the driest of the counties, really dry in the eastern part of Adams County. Lewis County was also on the dry side. But we can go ahead here and we can do an on-screen query. And what I'm going to do, you can't see, let's put this full screen. Now, I'll tell you what, before I go full screen, we're going to look at some of the rainfall amounts here, then we'll move eastward. If you remember, according to the drought monitor, the eastern part of Highland County was in extreme drought. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how much rain we've gotten over the last 120 hours. And if you calculate it, 120 hours is 5 days. So we go back we go today, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, and Thursday. So starting Thursday. All right, and if you look at this right there, it'll come back up 7.2 inches just south of Chillicothe out of our viewing area. If we look at the next one a little bit farther to the south, that was 8 inches of rainfall. Now that most of that occurred Friday into Saturday, and there was some additional rainfall Sunday and today. Okay, so let's get rid of those. All right, let's take a look at the far eastern part of Highland County right there. It's 3.6 inches of rainfall. Okay, now the reason we had such high amounts right here is that was one of those feeder bands. As the remnants of Helene came this way, that feeder band went like that, and the storms trained like this. So literally they kept following the same path, and so you had a couple spots that got really heavy rainfall. 3.6 inches, though, in the western part of Highland County, western part of Adams County, far west right there, 4.5 inches. And if you go down to Lewis County, let's just say the center of Lewis County, there was only 2.8 inches. So the good news is the driest parts of the Fox 19 Now viewing area got the most rainfall. Now, if we head to the west, if we take a look, just out of curiosity, let's go to about where my house, and actually what I can do here, I can change the tools, we can box zoom a little bit and get a little bit better estimate here. Okay, so my house, this is Lunken Airport, is right where the river almost runs north and south, and my house is right about there. So at my place, it'll come up in a second. Oops, I forgot to change back to the tool. Okay, now change back to the other tool, and we'll see my place, 1.8 inches. And actually, I kind of measured a little bit more than that, but that we got a good soaking. Most of that came down gradually enough that it just stayed around. Go down to not Florence, but the northern part of Kenton County, 2.5. If you look over here in Ripley County, just south of Johnson, it was only less than an inch. So that was the driest part of the Fox 19 Now viewing area. Hey, how about Goshen? The Goshen area, let's see, 2.1 inches. So everybody got a pretty good soaking rainfall. Going to the northern part of Campbell County, not far from Foster, Kentucky, or right across the river from Anderson Township, 2.2. So overall, we ended up with a good amount of rainfall. And you can't always say this, but in this case, I'm pretty sure we can be confident in calling it a drought buster. It'll be really interesting. Coming up Thursday when the drought monitor comes in, we'll take a look at the drought monitor from last Thursday and from Thursday this week, and we'll compare them, and it'll be a world of difference. But remember, what happens here, a lot of times when you get tropical rainfall, like happened down south, that rain came down and down and down so fast that it doesn't have time to soak in. It just runs right off. Well, in our case, most of it came down slowly enough once the soil loosened up a little bit to soak in, and it really has helped the soil moisture problem, although it's too late for farmers, unfortunately. But for recharging the soil moisture as we head into winter and for spring when they begin to plant, and for those of us that have lawns and gardens, it's been a pretty good thing around the tri-state. Okay, now here is, again, what we've got going on. Two systems that will be the next weather makers for the tri-state. This is what's left of Helene. You can still see that circulation just like this. Very gradual, it's very weak. And then right here is a cold front. You see this arc of cloud cover? That's a cold front. So this cold front is going to catch up with the remnants of Helene, and that'll increase the chance of rain once again for tomorrow afternoon. So there's the cold front, and there's what's left of Helene. And when the two kind of begin to work together, we'll end up with a pretty good chance of some rainfall. Again, no flooding rains, no severe thunderstorms, nothing like that, but enough rain to, again, soak in. Okay, so let's take a look at the drought balance sheet now. Okay, May, we started off with above normal rainfall by 0.89 inches, so a nice wet May, good for farmers getting ready for crops. June, though, 3.13 inches drier than normal. Back up to above normal, 1.1 inches. July, August, well below normal. And then up through before Helene got here, we were below normal, but now we're 2.48 inches above normal for the month of September only. So if you take the pluses and minuses here, it comes out that we're, as of, this is just before 5 p.m. today. There's been some more rain since then, but as of just about 5 p.m., we're just a quarter inch shy of normal from the 1st of May through today. Okay, so that essentially the end of September. Oh my gosh, this just came across, Pete Rose has passed away. This just came across a push alert on my iPhone. So so as of right now, the push alert said Pete Rose has died at the age of 83. So give me a second here. My wife is a huge Pete Rose fan, and she's going to want to see this. So I'm going to send it to her. And, it's a shame. I don't know how you feel about it. Personally, I think that Hall of Fame status should reflect your on-field play, not other things you do in your personal life. So we'll have to see if they put him into the Hall of Fame posthumously. So it's too bad. He was one of the best baseball players I've seen in my lifetime, and Cincinnati native, and it's sad to see him go at age of 83. Pete Rose has passed away. Okay, let's go back to weather now. This is a map of visibility for tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Now, it's been changing quite a lot. About an hour ago, there were a lot of spots with less than a quarter mile of visibility. And if you look at this, okay, these are all rounded. So, and 2/10 here, this is at 8 a.m., 4/10 in the Brooksville area, 2.4 miles, 1/10 here in Owenton, 1/10 in Versailles, 1/10 in Batesville, 2/10 in Connorsville. So there will be a number of spots, especially where you see the red shading, where you might have to slow down. And again, people talk about fog all the time, and very few people have a really working understanding of it. It takes about a quarter mile to have a serious impact on morning traffic. Now, of course, when it's foggy out there and you can see a mile, people slow down, which is good. They're cautious. But to get in, think about it, when you're driving at 60 miles an hour, let's say you are driving at a mile a minute. Well, if you see something that makes you want to hit the brakes, it literally takes you a fraction of a second to hit those brakes and begin to stop. And so there are a lot of fractions of a second in a minute. So even though traffic does slow down when you see the visibility drop to a mile or so, it doesn't really become a serious situation until the visibility is a quarter mile or less, because if you're going 60 miles an hour, a quarter mile takes you 15 seconds, and that doesn't allow you a lot of error room to stop. So, okay. Let's see here. Let's take a look at current radar. This is the forecast radar for 6 p.m. Of course, that's past now, but it showed the scattered showers in the area. But notice what happens here. The rainfall continues to push off to the south and east or die out, and for the morning commute, things are looking dry. According to this particular model, we now have some other showers popping up during the day tomorrow, so a dry morning commute, showers popping up around the tri-state, and right here, you see this line of showers? That's that cold front I pointed out to you. Now watch how quickly, go back to full screen, watch how quickly that crosses the tri-state, and by the time we get to 1:30 a.m. Wednesday, we've got drier, cooler air moving in. Look at the temperatures up there in Connorsville, Batesville, Brookville, Versailles into the 50s. And Wilmington into the 50s. So we've got some of that weather where if it's something you like to do or you can, throw open the windows, give the AC a rest, and enjoy some fresh air. With 8 dogs, actually 7 dogs now because one of our dogs passed away last week, but with 7 dogs, you air the house out as often as you can to stop that kind of doggy smell. You go nose blind, as they say, and you don't see it, but anybody that comes over says, oh my gosh, this place smells like dogs. So my wife and I take every single opportunity we have just to air the house out. Okay, and then as we go through the day tomorrow, those showers pop up. Wednesday, though, looks dry. All right, so sunset today, 7:24, so that was about 3 minutes ago. So the sun is down. We're looking at temperatures dropping to 66 degrees by 11 p.m. Overnight down to 63, sunrise at 7:33. Here you go, 6 to 10 day outlook. Looks dry the 6th to the 10th of October, or near normal, I should say, so drier than we've had the past couple days, and hot and near normal temperature-wise. Near normal temperature-wise through the 14th, and still near normal through the 28th. Precipitation is going to dry out, though, from the 10th to the 14th to the 28th will be either near or less than normal as far as precipitation goes around the tri-state. So good soaking rains. We're going to go into an extended period dry this once again, but at this time of the year, it'll be dry, but it won't be as hot as it was in midsummer. Duh, I mean, obviously. And what that means is that we are going to see, we won't see the soil dry out quite as much as it did over the summer. So here is your 7-day forecast. Okay, low tonight, 63, high tomorrow, 78, 53 and 77 on Wednesday. So some morning fog tomorrow. Some afternoon showers, a mix of sun and clouds on Wednesday, but dry. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday look absolutely great. Lows in the 50s, highs in the 70s. Slight chance of a shower on Sunday. Now, right now, the models are saying after 8 p.m., so that would put it after the Bengals game. So for you tailgaters, for you football fans that are going to be outside for this, should not be a problem. We will have to watch for that timing to change. And then Monday, partly cloudy and 72. When we go to beyond the 7-day forecast, you've got a lot going on there. High temperatures stay in the 70s with the exception of 2 days. A few mornings are down into the 40s, so that's going to be nice and pleasantly cool. And then we're looking at a chance of a shower the 10th into the 11th, and then again the 13th and the 14th. And here is the 14-day temperature outlook. You can see the temperatures stay at or above normal for the most part on both the high side and the low side. So that's it weather-wise. And if you just joined me, we had some really sad news from a push alert that we sent out. Pete Rose has passed away. He was 83 years old. And I've been a baseball fan since I was an itty-bitty little kid. And he is probably the best baseball player that I've ever seen as far as putting the effort into it and really doing it. So, and everybody has their own opinions about whether or not he should be in the Hall of Fame. I just personally think that the Hall of Fame should reflect what you do on the baseball field and not things that are, related to or extraneous to that. So, but that's my opinion, and I'm not trying to, tell you the way you should think. Okay, let me get. I've got to. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. As I said on Saturday when I was filling in for Ethan Emery, that I am a Facebook moron, but I've got it set now, so I know right where I am here. On Saturday, I got to turn down the volume so we don't get feedback and see what kind of comments or questions we have. Lots of people watching. Molly Purcell Pollock says hello. No strong storms tonight, Molly, just some rain. And I haven't even seen any lightning out there, so probably not even that, and it's dying out as we speak. Shauna Lynn said it was raining in Mount Orb. That's good. You need some rain. Wondering if we've heard about a big heat wave around October 16th. I was just looking at, I don't think so. I really don't. It might be warmer than normal, but it doesn't look like a big heat wave. And I tell you what, I haven't looked at it in a lot of detail. I just gave it a quick look. But tomorrow, I'll look at that in particular, and we'll talk about it in more detail in case that does happen. Okay, Jeff Beechler wants to know, anywhere getting close to snow? Jeff loves snow. Jeff, I'm going to have to wear my snowflake tie for you, even though there's no snow coming. All right. Oh, what did I do here? Okay, well, somehow I lost comments. I'll have to go to the other. I'll have to go to the... I told you I'm a Facebook moron. So let's go to camera one. Now I'm over here. You can see me a little bit better when I'm working on this computer. Call up Facebook and Oh yeah, so and Aubrey Ruin just said the same thing, that Pete Rose has been reported to have passed away. He was 83 years old, and our newsroom has confirmed it. The Enquire's newsroom has confirmed it, and Aubrey saw it on TMZ. So that's really sad. It's a sad day in Cincinnati. If you're a baseball fan, or even if you're, you don't have to be a Cincinnatian from the city limits, but because we're all kind of in that region. So. Okay, somebody wanted to know, what about Batavia, the accumulation on the rain? Let's go back to that rain graphic and we'll see what we got here, okay? That was Azazel Don Long wants to know about the rainfall. Man, now I can't, oh, there it is. Okay, can't find it, and then all of a sudden it pops up. So Batavia, this is radar estimated, remember. So radar estimated rainfall is doesn't always exactly jibe with what a rain gauge says, but it's very close. I mean, it does a very good job at letting you know. So I'll tell you what, let's zoom on in to Batavia, right there. Okay, so and that, let's see here. Geez, too much going on. Okay, so if you... Okay, now let's try it. Now you can see it a little bit. That is East Fork Lake there, that kind of squiggle. Okay, and so we pick up a little bit north of Batavia. Let's see, a little bit north of Batavia, it looks like it was around 1.9 inches, a little bit south of Batavia, about 1.8. So we're saying somewhere between, let's say, 1.7 and 2.2 inches around the Batavia area, although all the radar indications are 1.8 inches, and they're pretty good. All right, so back to, just under 2 inches, but a needed 2 inches. And remember when I showed you that balance sheet is only for CVG, the official weather spot for this region. And so some spots, you may have had a lot more rain than that at your place, and it might be a lot moister than that, or it still might be. And if Batavia only got around 2 inches of rainfall, they're still shy for that. Okay, so Tina Richardson, when did Pete die? Pete Rose reportedly died today. Now, I don't know the exact hour, if it was overnight or whatever, but a number of places have now reported it, and our newsroom has confirmed it, that Pete Rose has indeed passed away at the age of 83 years old. So I don't think we will ever see a baseball player that was as good as him. I mean, he just put everything into that. Okay. I'm trying, and excuse me, I'm trying to, there, now I'm on the right camera. Duh, sometimes it doesn't work out very well, but, okay, here we go. All right, so yeah, that is very, very sad news. And then somebody said 3 legends died in a week. Dame Maggie Smith, Chris Christopherson died yesterday. And I tell you what, and I liked Chris Christopherson because of his music. A lot of people liked him because of his acting. Some people liked him because of his lifestyle and the things he stood for. And he will be missed. There's no doubt about that. Rachel Turco, nothing coming our way of a severe nature. We may see some showers Friday night. We may see a few Sunday night. We may see a few showers later next week, but we don't have anything severe, anything strong coming our way, okay? Yeah, and then Virginia Blanchard also died, and so did John Ashton. John Ashton was in Beverly Hills Cop. He played the one cop there, so you have to look him up. Okay, Melvin Stone Street wants to know if I had a good weekend. Yeah, Melvin, I had a great weekend. We had some tree branches that were brought down by Helena that were about this big around, maple. They were in perfect, I mean, they were healthy. So, I mean, we got like a 65, 66 mile an hour wind gust there, and it's hard to believe how much maple would waste when you've got like a 20-foot log. I finally gave up and cut it up so I can move it around, so. And then Shanda Jenkins Clark says it's a shame he never got into the Hall of Fame. You know, I agree. I still think that you should be either in or not in the Hall of Fame based on how you played on the field. The other related issues should not play into that. I don't know, you may feel differently, but it's just going to be such a horrible slap in the face if they allow him to go into the Hall of Fame now that he's passed away. Betty Plyman, will it be raining October 12th? Betty, give me a second here. Let me look at our forecast. I can't remember all these days since we forecast for so many days nowadays. October 12th. Now, you got to remember, Betty, this could change quite a lot by the time October 12th gets around here. Right now, our forecast is saying that the 12th, probably not. There could be a few showers around on the 10th and the 11th, and then the 5th, 13th, and 14th. But right now, it looks dry on the 12th, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for you. Can you look at Hamilton, Ohio in the 120 hours? Yeah, sure enough, that was from Rachel. Okay, Rachel Turco. Let me find it again, Rachel. You know, my weather computer space is like my sock drawer, and you know, you'd have to ask my wife about that. And you probably know what I mean. I'm laughing about it. So, all right, let's go back here. look at Hamilton, Ohio, and the 120-hour rainfall total. It's loading. I'm not ignoring you. So, boy, the weather computer is just so slow today. It's probably had a bad weekend like I did. Okay. We'll zoom into Butler County. All right, so there's Hamilton. And let's go a little northeast of Hamilton, just to the east of 127. That's 1.5. A little bit to the southeast, 1.8, and right near Hamilton, 1.4. So about an inch and a half, anywhere from, based on the accuracy of radar estimation, an inch and a half to 2 inches in spots. So, and it came down slowly enough that it soaked in, but you could certainly use a little bit more. How warm will it be, Betty wants to know, on the 12th of October? It'll be in the mid to upper 70s, so it'll be pleasant weather. Lows in the 50s, highs in the 70s. With no rain, should be a very, very pleasant day on the 12th. Okay, that's the end of the questions and the comments. Let me go back to the 7-day forecast. We'll go over that, and then we'll call it for a day. Okay, the 7-day forecast is loading. As soon as it loads, there we go. Okay, so the 7-day forecast looks like this. Okay, look for a low tonight dropping off into the lower 60s, about 63, 78 tomorrow. Now, there could be some patches of fog around the area tomorrow morning and some showers tomorrow afternoon in the evening hours. A mix of sun and clouds on Wednesday as the sky clears, so a gradual clearing trend Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday all look dry, highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s with lots of sun. I think Bengals Sunday, a slight chance of an evening shower right now. Now, we may have to watch out for the changing on the timing. If the front that's coming our way that's going to cause those showers moves a little bit faster, it could move it up to game time, and there won't be a lot of rain. It looks like a very dry frontal passage with just the chance of a shower. And then Monday, look for a high of 72 and dry weather returning. And so basically we are done with the really bad kind of tropical weather we've had for a while. So that's it. I hope you made it through the weekend without much in the way of power problems. Duke Energy, you did a great job in my neck of the woods. We had a tree just down the street, a couple houses down the street, take out a pole and take out couple hundred feet of electric wire. It was all over every place. And they got that all replaced Friday evening. And then, of course, it took a little while after that cleanup for Spectrum to be able to come. I have Spectrum cable, and they got that done as soon as they could get in there and get that done. So 2 thumbs up to all the guys and gals that are out there working all that extra time in the middle of the night through the rain and all that to get us back up and running. That's it for now. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow at 7:15, and we'll do this all again.